1988, the Swedes had made their decision. Two patients would go, Juanita Lopez and George Carrillo. Langston began the long job of getting permissions for the controversial operations. There was a lot at stake, and in this political climate, the risks were huge.
All right, let's talk to Dr. William Langston. You're looking into transplants. Does this kind of a situation give you the willies at all, or is this perfectly acceptable?
I think it does give me the willies. I think everybody worries about this question. But I think when you try to think it through, you've got to separate two issues: the abortion itself and what you do with that tissue. Our society has said that abortion is legal in this country. It may change that decision eventually, and then it won't be. Once the abortion's been done, my argument would be that at that point in time, it's unethical to let that fetal tissue go. If it could save a life, if it could cure a disease, why should you let it go?
You don't kill a human being, no matter how young, and then use that killed human being's body part to, quote, heal someone else.
So essentially, this is the abortion argument.
Do not justify me.
This is the abortion argument all over again.
After a year and a half of negotiations in California and in Sweden, the preparations were complete. George would travel first, and Juanita a month later. Thus it was that on August 13, 1989, George Carrillo wandered out into the California sun, accompanied by Dr. Håkan Widner. George was leaving on a historic trip to a strange land half a world away for an operation on his brain which might turn his life around. George Carrillo, who had never been out of Santa Clara County, would spend the next 15 hours traveling across the globe. Before his tragedy, George had lived at the margins of society. He had been a drug dealer, a petty criminal, in and out of jail. But fate had given him a new role. Now, he was a medical celebrity. The outcome of George's and Juanita's operations would be written up in medical journals and might directly affect the possibilities of a cure for Parkinson's disease. The Swedish surgical team is among the most experienced to be found anywhere in the world. Everything has to be done with complete precision. The neurosurgeon must plan the best route into George's brain, allowing the fetal material to reach its precise destination while avoiding major blood vessels. Elsewhere in the hospital, another team member, Patrick Brunman, carefully dissects the remains of an 8-week fetus, extracting the dopamine-making cells of the substantia nigra.
The most important thing is that the tissue is not too old. Generally, abortions in this country tend to be conducted